Happy Friday, everyone. So, we are back to doing some video analysis. This is your local buyer's agent, Arnab Nandi. We'll be talking about overquoting today. So, you have heard about underquoting. Okay. So, overquoting is another thing that you may see in the market. Now, this particular property uh, is still on the market. Now, you can see it's 400 square meters of land, 422 configuration. Overall, I would say um, it's it's okay. I think the kitchen is a bit small, and the bedrooms are most of the bedrooms are a little bit smaller. So I think apart from that, the house itself is fine. But then there are some other major drawback, which I don't want to mention right now, because the property is already on sale. So you can see, the bedrooms look a little bit smaller. But you have a way to overcome these things, think through well. Now, I think let's look at the property history, where it is. So you can see it's already on the market for 51 days. It has been market for 96 days just before that. You can see it was put for sale on 26 November. Now, 26 November was a period when the market went down, so you can't just blame it on the property itself. So whenever we see that the properties are on the market for a longer time or have been on the market for a long time, do not assume that there is anything wrong with the property. It might be the timing in the market, or when you're trying to sell, um, your price point, which has been one of the major issues for property to stay in the market. The vendors expect their property to fetch more, however, it may not be worth. And so currently also it is in the market for some time now. Yeah, I said overquoting. So how does overquoting play in here? So it went for auction on 6th of July. And just before that day, there was another property, which is 14 Kapitsi Place, a slightly bigger land, very well presented, a much better house, in my opinion, was sold for 194. So at auction. So which means you can say that, the market kind of said a day before where the price sits. So, and this one, it went for auction the next day. It was passed in, and I'm not sure why it was passed in, whether there were no buyers, which is probably more likely, or the price could not be reached. Now, after that day, once the auction was over, there was a price guide on this one, which is 2 million plus. Now, you can see the a day before, something was sold for 194, which is much lower than 2 million. Now, here comes overquoting, you know. So you look at this property and say, oh, recently there was something sold for 194 and you're asking $2 million. And if you um, fall for it and then say, okay, I want to buy this one for even lower than 194, that may not be the right price too. Okay. So be careful, because you might be quoted something and you may think that you have negotiated a great deal, or the best deal possible, which may not be the case. Now, as I told you, you have to look at the property, understand it, what are the drawbacks, what are the good factors, and then make a decision irrespective of just what was sold on that same street.